Let's move to our fourth speaker, Felix Ghyzcy. Felix also drove from the Netherlands, and he'll share his story about sustainable design, 400 seconds. And so we have this evening two speakers who came from the Netherlands, Farid and Felix. So are you ready, Felix? Yep.
Is the microphone good?
Yeah, I think so. Is the
Yep.
mic good?
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Okay, tell me when you're ready and then I'll launch the system.
Yep. I'm ready. Yep. So, good evening. My name is Felix Ghyzcy, and I'm director of Ghyzcy Selection, design furniture brand from the Netherlands. I'm going to talk about sustainable design. People think that sustainable design is about cradle to cradle and circular economy, like we've just saw in here with the mushroom. We try to reduce the negative impacts on the environment. And designers are now working harder than ever to create products with a social environmental conscience. So more and more products are designed with recycled and natural materials, which I think is a very good thing. But I think that sustainable design is more than that. So first, a bit of history about it. Since the start of the industrialization, the industry produces more products than we actually need. So the marketing department has to think about a way to sell to a saturated consumer. Because if this consumer would be saturated, that would be a catastrophe for the industry. The ideal world for the industry is a world where the consumer cannot be saturated. In that world, products are disposable and buying new products is rewarded. So vintage products do not exist in this world because vintage is obstructing the production. The economy does not want people to buy old things. They want to dislike them, and they want them only to buy new things. In 1932, Aldous Huxley wrote the novel Brave New World, probably all of you know it, where he describes the ideal world for the industry, in which a dictator encouraged the people to buy more products by a TV message. You use it once and then you throw it away. If it's good, then we're going to see a small movie. Don't know if it's starting. No, so here's a small part out of the movie of Aldous Huxley where you see this part where they're saying this sentence like you use it only once and then you throw it away. Very good book. So the marketeers nowadays are not concerned with promoting products which are the best benefit for the consumers. No, their concern is only about how can you sell as much as possible. And advertisement you now see everywhere on newspapers, television, and even on airplanes. And their question is, how can you keep sales soaring in the face of mounting saturation? They think the solution is that each consumer should buy more of each product. The marketeers have to provide the consumers with a plausible excuse to buy more of each product. So some examples how marketeers make us buy more, for example, skincare products. You have skincare products for every gender, for every time of the day. So what marketeers try to tell us is that if you don't have it all, you are actually a victim. So the industry creates new products which are supposed to be improved, but quite often they're actually not better for the consumer. And they're just a facelift of the old model. So my question is life really better when you own more products or the latest model? I think we live in a world where consumption has to be artificially stimulated in order to keep production going. And this is a society founded on trash and waste, and such a society is a house built on sand. For example, in Germany, a person on average creates 600 grams of waste per day, times 82 million inhabitants equals 18 billion kilograms of household waste in Germany every year. So we throw away products that need to be repaired or when a more up-to-date model hits the market. And in the early days, there was much greater taken care for products which would satisfy a consumer for a very long time. But now we live in a throwaway society. We're living in a society of planned obsolescence. The industry creates products of short emotional acceptance in order to support the throwaway spirit. Marketing and sales create new trends to encourage us to buy new products. We make good products, we induce people to buy them, and then next year we deliberately introduce something new so that we throw away the old product and we buy a new product. It has become the fundament of our economy. Economic growth and happiness is measured in spending capacity. I think that happiness should not be related to whether or not someone can afford a new car, for example. But growth has become its own religion, and we make consumption our way of life. So back to sustainable design and the question how we can save our planet. One way of looking at sustainable design is described by Chapman, a professor and teacher at a university in the UK. He proposes that the solution to reduce waste is by establishing a relationship between a product and a consumer. But I think there's more. It's about creating consciousness. What I mean is critical individuals who can think for themselves and make up their own minds. So my question to you, are your values dictated by marketing machines, or are you able to critically evaluate and dare to stand out against the masses? I'm against the throwaway culture, and I think that a product should be designed to be enjoyed all day, every day. Thank you for listening.